Okay, how's it going? More stories from an angry intel guy. Let's finish up Carswell. So this is probably like the last Carswell story, unless I think of something else, and I'll just add another video. So at one point, oh man, I can't remember what date it was, what year, but we did a bear-based deployment from Carswell to basically Roswell Army Airfield. Used to be Roswell Army Airfield, ended up being Walker Air Force Base, but basically Roswell, New Mexico, you know, where the UFO shit started way back in the day. So, I mean, that was pretty cool because, you know, I'm a young lieutenant. You know, this is our first, like, kind of deployment. We took 2 tankers and crews and went over there, and then I think the bomber squadrons, I think they took a bomber from each squadron. So there's like 2 B-52s, 2 tankers, and they would go and fly and like do some shit over in Nevada and the ranges and stuff like that. And you know, during the day we just fucking sit around. But Red Horse had gone in and built, like, you know, tents with wooden floors and fucking showers and sinks and all that stuff. And also, Red Horse built themselves a fucking house. It was like a 2-story man pad. I mean, it was like it was a full-size fucking house with walk up, and they could, you know, they could sleep on the 2nd floor and all that stuff. It was amazing. They said, "Hey, fuck y'all. Here's your tents. we're gonna build ourselves a party house." So you know, that was pretty cool, just being involved and all that. But you know, going somewhere and actually deploying and having it built up, you know, just basically getting you ready for shit that we're gonna do like 10 years later in the Middle East and stuff. But it was really cool doing that. But I remember one night we had the van and we had gone into town, you know, driven into Roswell, and, you know, go to like fucking Taco Bell or Pizza Hut or some shit like that. And I remember we were coming back. There's a long road that leads out of town, dark as fuck, no street lights or anything. This is back in the late 80s, you know. And I remember we were driving back and saw these 2 airmen with these two fat Mexican chicks, right? And we were like, what the fuck? So we pulled up and opened up the side door and like, hey guys, you need a ride? And they're like, yeah sir, thanks. So they climbed in, and you know, I'm driving, I'm looking back in the rearview mirror, and they're fucking with the girls and stuff. The girls, these big 2 fat Mexican chicks. And I remember at one point, like, looking in the rearview mirror and catching the eyes of one of the airmen, and his eyes just said, "This is all we could find." You know, no words, but you could tell his eyes were like, "Yeah, I know it's embarrassing, but this is all we could find." And I'm just looking like, "Yeah, okay, that's cool." And we get back on the base, and I don't know if they went to the CE party house or just went to some fucking tent. I don't know how do you kick a girl out from a tent, you know? But yeah, you know, Air Force dudes being Air Force dudes, man. So anyway, shit happens sometimes when you're deployed. All right, I think that's it for the Carswell stories for now. If I think of something else, I'll add it on later, and we'll transition over into a different assignment for the next set of stories. So if you like what you're hearing, please click the like button, click the subscribe button, and I will have more stories for you soon.